The Sangha, the community of mindful harmony.
Recording in progress.
Namo Sangaya, Namo Sangaya, Namo Sangaya. There's so many impediments to perfection. Jeez. Coughing, wheezing. All right. I'm going to discontinue this recording and start it on my computer. Thank you for doing that.
Recording stopped.
And now, can I start again? Resume. Stop recording. There we go. Now put it here. All right, record here. There we go.
Recording in progress.
Oh, she has an echo too. Well, best thing to do is go quiet when there's an echo. Either that or yodel, which I won't do this morning. I hope the Buddha Broadcasting Network doesn't cancel my contract on the basis of this coughing fit. So let us find our way home to the body, to the stability of this breathing in and breathing out. And we can notice that there's the body and there's awareness of the body. To come together like this, to sit, is a great act of kindness. It's kindness for ourselves. Kindness to each other, and kindness toward all beings. It is a turning of awareness inward. In the Satipatthana Sutta, it says, the meditator sits down in a secluded spot, abandoning covetousness and grief concerning the world, letting go of the past and future. And they drop into the body, into the aliveness that is here right now. Perhaps it might be possible to simply become aware of the entire body. Where is the life most predominant? There are so many sensations. Have you ever slept out under the open sky, far away from city lights, or maybe even at high altitude? The stars are magnificent. The body has that same magnificence. Everywhere awareness lands, there are galaxies of sensation. In the hands of the left hand, in the fingers of the left hand, rather. In the baby finger of the left hand. In the entirety of the back. In the life of the face. And there is this profound richness of in-breathing and out-breathing. Actually training the mind, conditioning this moment now with the beginning of a breath. With the rising to fullness, the decline, and the vanishing. The mind might be simply quiet, abiding on in-breathing and out-breathing with no effort or little effort. Or it could be restless and agitated, or worried. It could be low energy, sort of falling asleep in sloth and torpor. It could be wanting something. The present moment is really quite inadequate, and I want something. Could be a specific something. Or there could be disliking of the present moment. When there is discomfort or psychological emotional pain, disliking is a frequent companion of that. There could be doubt about the practice, doubt about our ability to do it, doubt if it's worthwhile. There can be sadness, fear, jealousy, contentment, ease. How is the mind? I aspire to love and accept myself exactly as I am in this moment. And when we discover there to be pain or suffering, simple pains in the body or the suffering of disappointment or anxiety, let's not turn away from ourselves. Let's not pretend that these discomforts are not here. Instead, we embrace them. Oh yes, this too. And beneath or before it all, there's this comforting in-breathing and out-breathing. we participate in less and less doing in our meditation. There's an image from the time of the Buddha that the role of the meditator is to sit on a hillside, perhaps at the gates to a city, and notice what and who comes and goes. It's a family on its way to a funeral or a picnic, or it's a truck full of food, or it's the countless things that go into and out of a city. And for awareness, there is observing the coming and going of thoughts. There's the coming and going of sounds, this voice even, or especially maybe. There are the various sensations in the body, pleasant and unpleasant. There's really nothing to do. Perhaps a quiet intention to stay with the breath, a deep, quiet intention to wake up. Supported in the beautiful intentions of I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. in the simplest and most direct way possible. The capacity to be here now, to be with what is now, emerges, develops, is born. Along the way, all the various attractions, repulsions, ideas, fantasies, obsessions, emotions, old traumas, present day challenges, they all show up. Sometimes it seems like they overpower mindfulness and there's a lostness in them for a while. With the support of Sangha, the refuges, and the intention to practice, that which is awake dominates over time, becomes more predominant. We could say basic sanity emerges. Let us turn inward to the longing that's common to all humans. The longing to feel safe, to feel loved, to be seen, to be valued. And let us offer that to ourselves. We could imagine a golden Buddha sitting in the heart, shaped exactly like each of us. Accurate to every pore, every hair, every blemish. And through this doorway, this portal somehow to the great mystery, comes pouring loving kindness and compassion. Like a little stream, or like a river, or like a giant ocean, flooding in and going down into the spleen and the liver and the intestines and all the entirety of the body down to the toes, and upwards from the heart to the shoulders to the arms and hands, to the neck, to the head, the face. Pouring into anywhere in your psychology where there is pain, suffering, self-hatred, other hatred. Some people visualize really easily, and for others it simply doesn't happen that way. It doesn't matter. It's the intention. The intention. So we soften into the reality of this moment with an intention to receive and hold in compassion any suffering that we experience, any fear that we experience, any loneliness, any jealousy, any regret. And of course, this is the great longing of every single other human being. So let's imagine that this golden Buddha in the heart expands. And let it be exactly contiguous with your body. So you are the archetypal Buddha or Kuan Yin or whoever it might be for you. And then let your body become a radiator and radiate in all directions, to the north, to the south, to the east and the west, above and below. May all beings remember their true great nature. May all beings be free from all forms of suffering. Beings of all kinds. Beings in positions of great power and beings who are completely subservient. Beings who are being born at this moment and beings who are dying. To all of us. And please do always let your own auto-translator happen, and this could be the voice of anyone. This could be a voice of any gender you want. It could be the voice of a beloved parent, or it could be the voice of an archetypal figure, the Buddha, Kuan Yin, wishing yourself well. And now bringing awareness into the aliveness of the buttocks and thighs. Into the aliveness of the hands. And we can keep the golden Buddha energy right at the surface, or we can let it shrink down to where it always lives in the heart, knowing that it's always available to us. And bringing now awareness into the lips and the cheeks and the eyes. And let's allow our eyes to open, to notice the intention of that, and then letting them open. And seeing begins first rather blurry, and then it gets clearer. And let your eyes fall on the beautiful renditions of you that are facing you now. There's a sense of I separateness, which is pretty convincing. It too can be taken as a meditation object. And then in that which knows that sense of I, me, mine, there can be simply seeing. And then one is love with everyone. It's what we all want, isn't it? That's why falling in love is so potent for us, because it takes us in the direction of our natural state, of our profound state. I'm going to go look on page 2 for a moment. Ah. Hello, Michael. Michael and Kimberly and Daria and Victoria and Sherry and Janice and LP and Marta, Chris and Bill and Neil. Oh, someone else popped in, Eileen. I'm glad I came over to page 2. It's so wonderful to see ourselves in the many forms. So, I have one announcement. We've tried to figure out the right way to do it. So, it goes like this. A person who attended PIMC on Sunday morning and who sat over near the windows in a chair, and who later sat at the first table you encounter when you go into the living room, tested positive for COVID on Tuesday. She didn't mill around much, new to the community, and I sat at the table with her for most of the time that there was tea and coffee, and I didn't see anyone else with them. She was in a couple. So what to do with that? I don't think I'm going to do anything. I mean, if I start getting symptomatic, I will take a test. But we've all been exposed to lots of people with COVID, because it's everywhere now. So there we are. She is almost has almost no symptoms, so that's really good. She's fully vaccinated and boosted. I get my second booster a week from Tuesday, which is good before I go off to Hollyhock to teach. So there's the announcement on that. So I don't think I want to do any more announcements. So is there anything happening with you that you'd like to share? It's now time for sharing. It's bad to laugh at one's own jokes. Forbidden. Oh, Hollyhock is coming up. There's still, I think, 2 or 3 spots. So you can go to my website, robertbeatty.com, and get all the info there. Bye, Daria. The poem, someone put in the chat asking for the poem. The poem is Jeff Foster And it's called, does it have a name? No Greater Joy. No Greater Joy, Jeff Foster. He's got a lot of stuff online.
Robert, this is Jim, and
Hello, Jim.
Candles session on the third Sunday of the month is coming up early this month. It's the 15th, so just a few more days till the third Sunday.
Great.
You're welcome to join that. You can find that on portlandinsight.org.
And of course, the BQN group goes on Sunday nights with what I like to call monotonous regularity. It's there. Be queer now. I love the title, it's kind of snappy. I still have to find a date for this, but I'm finally going to get off my bottom and schedule a one-day retreat. It'll be in about a month from now, and it's going to be called The Life of the Buddha. And during this retreat, I will tell the life story of the Buddha using my drum. It's a wonderful, amazingly complex mythological story. And I'll tell it in pieces from the beginning to the end. And ask whoever participates to listen for the detail that catches them. What detail in the story catches you? And we'll do some sitting and walking, but also some small group breakouts to talk about what caught you in this story. What seems relevant or important? And there will be some group sharing, and then another piece of the story. It's a way of dealing with a story that I learned from a fellow named Michael Mead, who's an amazing mythologist, storyteller, group facilitator person. And so it's one thread of it will be to learn the life story of the Buddha, which is really a fascinating story. And also to see how we are the Buddha, that we are on that quest. We are the cambium layer of the living process of the earth. We are all heading off on the quest. We are all sitting under the tree. We are all encountering Mara. So maybe I can get that together this afternoon and get it advertised. I've been threatening to do it for weeks or months. Threatening, that's got a good sound to it, doesn't it? Watch out, the life of the Buddha is coming.
Good morning, Robert and Sangha.
Hello, my dear. How's life up on the sound?
Well, the flowers are beautiful. The birds are active. It's quite lovely, really.
Mm.
I think I'm on the other side of COVID.
Oh, good.
Laying around, suffering.
Huh. How long have you been symptomatic?
Since last Thursday.
Oh, it's a while.
Yeah, no, it's so interesting. Roger basically had a bit of a cold, and I've had more like a bad flu.
Huh.
But, the good thing about it is it stops me from being busy.
Yes.
So lots of laying around listening to Dharma talk. So that's good. And rereading good books.
Yeah.
About the Dharma. So that's been good. But one of the things I did yesterday was work provided a 1-hour training session that was offered by the Canada Mental Health Association.
Uh-huh.
And it was quite helpful. And what I found most interesting is they have an ongoing program that anyone can participate in that really is all the foundational teachings of the Buddha.
Really?
I was definitely amused, thinking, I wonder how many people know that this is Buddhism. That was very good. So, consistent with what I'm interested in and learning about. So that was quite helpful.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
I have some wonderful friends in the Yukon. My friend Jill Pangman, who sponsors me to go teach there. We've known each other for 20-some years. And a similar length of time is a fellow named Martin Berkman, who's now significantly retired. But he has created 2 or 3 large format glossy books about Canada, about the wilderness. And he's had a mission in his life, and has this mission, to bring the wilderness to people who don't go there, to increase the possibility that they might be interested in saving it. And it's been a lifetime passion for him. And he's working with a group of 6 people in virtual reality, creating educational program, like a documentary, but it's mostly visual, of being in the great forests, being in the streams. And he gave me a tour of his work and of virtual reality. And it kind of blew my socks off, the possibilities. And so I am going to work with him to start a project in which I'm going to create, I think I'm going to do this, I'm going to create a virtual reality Eightfold Path. And the first scene when it opens, I know, is, I had a, Karen LaPadula made for me, she sometimes is here in the mornings, she made for me a 3D, beautiful 8-sided jewel, which was the Eightfold Path representative. And each of the faces had, one was wise understanding and wise intention and so on. And I would start my Eightfold Path talks, many talks actually, with that jewel rotating on the screen. Well, in this case, the jewel will be in some, maybe an exquisite valley or something. And then one will, you've got a pointer, and one will point at wise understanding, and it will open up into another view with the beginnings of dukkha, the cause of dukkha, the end of dukkha. And there will be some narration, and there will be video. For instance, video of a birth, video of sickness, video of old age. And not just that, but the precepts could be so beautifully taught in such a medium. And I think I may have found someone to do music for it. And so it's a project that is going to blossom, I hope. So I'd like to get it done within a year. Fun. It's exciting, actually, in a very interesting way, to have an intuition like this and to have it be maybe possible. Maybe possible. And there's there are going to be millions of people participating in VR, as they say. And much beyond games and other not so, games are okay, but anyway, taking the Dharma to the world. What's that? I got a message here. Chat. All right. I just got the hook on that topic. The shepherd's hook. So anybody have anything else you'd like to share? So shall we sing our way home? Yes. Remember the words, Bhavatu Sabe Mangalam, may all beings receive all blessings, and sadhu, may it be thus. Bhavatu Sabe Mangalam, Bhavatu Sabe Mangalam, Bhavatu Sabe Mangalam, Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Happy trails, dear friends.
Could someone actually send me the words for that so that I can actually remember it?
Bhavatu. Who is speaking?
Lilith.
Hi there, Lois. Let me put them in the chat right now.
Yeah.
Here's the chat. How do I get out of this? This. And I go to everyone in meeting. Okay. These are, I'll just put them in here as they sound a bit. B-H-A-V-A. Whoop. Oh, that's not working. Ha, ha, ha. B-H-A-V-A. Bhavatu Sabe, S-A-B-H-E, Mangalam. Bhavatu Sabe Mangalam, and then Sadhu. All right, you got them?
That's about. I got it now.
I think anyone who studies Pali would be appalled at my spelling, but this might
I was gonna try to look them up to see if I could get the actual spelling, but at least knowing what the words itself is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just told you what they were.
All right, friends. Have a lovely day. Take care. Here I go. Goodbye to people on